Hi guys, how you doing? So milestone four already. Wow. Okay. So in milestone four, we're gonna do a couple of really cool things. We're gonna learn how to use the typographic tools in Photoshop and how to format and clip some images to your type. It's really cool. It's a great lesson. I think you guys are gonna love it. And then we're also gonna continue on our caricature project by adding or learning how to add a drop shadow. I'm sorry, not a drop shadow, a cast shadow. A cast shadow is different than a drop shadow because a cast shadow kind of falls where the light would hit the caricature, and a drop shadow just kind of creates some separation from the background page. So be sure. Well, let me show you. Let me show you around a little bit here. So if we go to, excuse me, if we go to milestone 4 task 1 instructions, I want to show you something really quick here. It's really important. Excuse me. Typographic design overview. Here's your task files right here. And this, for those of you who are working ahead, this task files link is broken right now. I've added a ticket to tech support to have that fixed. That should be fixed by the time you receive this video. If not, I'll be sure to supply those lesson task files for you. But this should be, by the time you watch this video, this should be fixed. Okay, I want to also bring your attention to this. Once you've finished a lesson, you've got a couple of additional changes to make the document. Add another phrase of your choosing somewhere in the composition, or apply a layer style or a warped effect to the phrase to enhance the overall design, and then place your name somewhere, excuse me, and apply a clipping mask of an image of your choice to your name. That's the same technique that you use to do the headline, so that should be pretty easy. Again, don't forget these video tutorials, guys. They're really, really super important. And these just kind of go through the textbook. So make sure you go through the textbook. And, what I like to do is I like to go through the textbook first and then go to the videos just to kind of back up what you've learned from the textbook. But go through step by step with the textbook. So, excuse me. Well, this is what it's talking about of the added things. Is that added, that added text and then your name. Okay, so that's what that is. And you can see additional phrase with a text wrap, and added your name and then used an image as a clipping mask. So, okay, let's get out of that. Okay, and I want you to see something here. Don't forget, when you submit, don't flatten it, guys. I need to see layers. In other words, I need to see all your layers right here. It's really important. If you flatten it, I won't be able to see the technique and you won't get credit for the assignment. So please don't flatten. Unflattened images only for milestone 4 task 1. Let's go to milestone 4 task 2, see what we have in store there. Okay, this is what I was talking about, that cast shadow. Big difference between a drop shadow and a cast shadow. And one of the most important things here is learning how to create a composite layer or let me show you where that is in the video.
More easily see the next step. Okay, I have the marching ants and I have the new layer highlighted. Now I need to fill the selection.
Hang on one sec. Okay, as I was saying, to do the cast shadow, you have to create a composite layer, and that's that's creating a flattened layer of all of these layers, but it's not flattening the file. You still have your file intact, and it creates a composite layer at the very top of the layer order, and we can see that right here.
Although it doesn't really matter.
But
the keyboard
there's the
shortcut,
option. There's
Shift,
the commands
Option,
right there.
Alt, Command,
Gives you the
Control,
Mac and the
and the
PC.
letter E.
But let me
Down
demonstrate
all
that
three
real
keys
quick.
at the same time, and then tap the E key.
So I'm going to go into Photoshop, and let me just open this file right here. This is Nicole's file. Thank you, Nicole. I should have asked permission, but I don't think you'll mind. So anyways, what you want to do is you want to get rid of, first of all, I'm going to unlock all the layers. And then what you want to do is you want to get rid of any layers that aren't the creature layer. And by that, I mean the text layer right there. We'll turn that off. And we can turn that background layer off. Oh, we don't have to. But at any rate, what you're going to do is just come to any layer. And you're just going to say, Shift, Option, Command, and the letter E. And you see what that does? That creates this top layer here. It's a composite layer, and that's the layer you'll use to create the shadow, okay? Thank you, Nicole. We'll get rid of that. We don't have to save that, but that's what you do. It's really super easy. And then just follow the rest of that stuff to figure out the drop shadow. And then further on along in this video, you can see how to, there's different ways to create backgrounds. And I'm going to show you some techniques, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to place a file in the learner objective. Here, let me show you where. And if you guys haven't been checking this, please do. It's super important. But right over here, the learner course resources. I put all sorts of stuff in here. How to create multi-page PDF from Acrobat. Here's your milestone 3 tips and tricks, examples of successful character design, milestone 2 tips for success. So definitely make sure that you're looking at those. But for week 4, I will put I'll put some techniques in there for how to create backgrounds and some different resources there. Okay, and so again, I just want to make sure that you're checking out the complete overview for the task instructions. Make sure you check out the submission specifications, steps for success, and you should be fine. Now, once again, guys, once you submit your milestone for task 1 and task 2, I'll give you feedback, so make sure you employ the recommendations from my feedback into your final submission, okay? All right, guys, great job. Everyone's doing fantastic. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.